evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this evening's Green Room. And we're in an earthquake zone this evening, so if you hear any noises or rumblings or funny noises going on, it's not me, right? It won't be me. The noise is coming from the ambience of, well, it's roadworks, and we just have to bear with it. Now, the hat has been bought from Dundalk by my first guest this evening, who is the lovely Lisa Casey, ladies and gentlemen. Look at her. Let's see what it is. Look at you. Look at Lisa, you're welcome.
Oh, hello.
How are you?
Grand, yeah.
Any crack?
Bits and pieces.
Tell me about Lisa. Now, the reason we have you on is because of Mark.
Oh, yeah.
And
Maxie.
Maxie, he is the man. He's the talent spotter of Dundalk and that whole region over there.
Yeah.
The whole East Coast. God help us if he ever gets to Dublin, because God knows what'll happen. He'll be bringing us all sorts of people. But he gets on to me and tells me about the new talent that's coming up. And you are one of these new talents.
That's what Maxie says.
And we fell in love with you when we seen you. It was brilliant. Tell us a bit about being in the taxi with Maxie.
Well, Maxie just picked me up, me and my dog.
Bailey, yeah.
Bailey, yeah. And I was surprised that Bailey wasn't barking at Maxie, because she doesn't like anybody. She doesn't like anybody, especially men. And we just had a chat about the competition I'm in, the Budweiser Dream Job competition.
Tell us about that. Come on. What's the story?
Well, it's I'm in the final of it. There's 5 people in the final, and the voting ends the 23rd of March. It's all public vote to decide the winner. It's all public vote.
Right, now, this is look into this camera here, right?
Yeah.
This is your chance to get the votes, right? Just tell the people all about the competition and what they have to do to vote for Lisa.
Well, you can go to the Budweiser Facebook page, and there's always a link there, and you can click into it, and there's 5 people to vote for, but you can vote for me. And it's very simple. You just click into the link, and then you can just click vote, and that's it. Done. Very simple.
What is the competition, Lisa?
It's the Budweiser Dream Job competition. It's basically, to enter, you just tell them about what your dream job is.
And your dream job is what?
Comedian. That's what I do.
What? Comedian?
Yeah.
In every sense of the word?
Yeah. I do stand-up comedy. I have been doing for a while, and but I want to do all sorts of comedy, you know.
But do you stand up and tell jokes, or do you do observational comedy like all the comedians do nowadays? It's
a mix, sort of. You develop your style over time, but it's a mix. I just I take my real life events, and I don't know, it's sort of surreal stuff I do, but it's all based on real life.
Yeah.
You know, it's strange.
It's stuff you see going on.
Yeah, but it's my perception of it, which is very strange, because I have a weird mind.
Give it a whirl. You know, that's why you're here with us today, because it's weird city here now. You're in Weird Town now. You're with the weirdos. Come here. Thanks for the hat. I bought this hat from the. Anyone that's coming on the show now in future, bring a hat. Bring a hat. This is class. Now this is. I look like a secret agent.
Yeah, tilt it down like Michael Jackson.
Dung 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 dung. Not so smooth criminal. Smooth head, all right. Look, not a smooth criminal though. But come here, tell me more about the stand-up comedy. That's a tough job.
Very tough. Yeah, very tough. But with time, you get less scared.
But standing up there in front of people, it's hard enough. Now you're going to be singing a song for us in a while, but it's hard enough to get up and sing a song.
Yeah.
Without making people laugh.
It's the expectation, you see. They want you to make them laugh, you know, and you know that they want that, and so it's not like you're just getting up and just leaving. It's like you need something from them, you know. So there's an expectation, and that can be stressful.
I don't know. It's hard enough because when you're a comedian and you get up there, people are saying, "Right, come on, make me laugh."
Yeah. Some crowds are tougher than others.
And what's the circuit you've been doing?
Well, I've been Dundalk. That's the Spirit Store every month. That's my favourite place. Juice Box Comedies every month in the Spirit Store. It's upstairs. We get a great crowd. It was Kat and Danny O'Hanlon.
Oh right.
It, but there's a new.
Kat and Danny, we have to get Kat and Danny on to tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah,
now.
and
contact us if you're watching this, Kat and Danny, because we'd love to hear more about the comedy store that you run there in the Spirit Store. Yeah,
and Aidan Shields is sort of helping to take it over now as well. He's a Dundalk comedian. So I go there every month. Love that place. Love it. Even if I'm not on, I'll go and watch.
Yeah.
It's a free night as well. It's very good. They've got Chris Kent in this month. He's
and does it go well?
Oh, it goes great, yeah. The last time I think there was 70 people in.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's good, yeah. And I've just been in Dublin. Most of the gigs are in Dublin. I've been to Belfast, Galway, Bray.
And again, Dublin.
Mm.
Like, you know, I say this to bands when they come on as well. We are the cultures. We're from the country. You know, but I'm serious.
Yeah.
But so your audience is even tougher when you go to Dublin.
They hate my accent. Some people hate my accent.
What?
Yeah.
Your accent's lovely.
Well, sure. Your accent's your accent. You can't change it.
That's it. You are who you are. And
Exactly,
that's it.
yeah.
Now, tell us a joke. You knew I was going to ask you that.
I don't really have any sort of one-liners. My song is sort of a joke in itself because the songs I do are through the voice of my dog.
Bailey.
Bailey, yeah.
What kind of a dog is Bailey?
A Shih Tzu.
I was only asking.
Yeah.
How long have you Bailey?
Bailey's about 3.5 now, so I have her nearly 3.5 years, yeah. I've another dog, Bella, as well, but her voice is boring, so we don't really talk about her much.
So that when you do this, Brian, we'll do this song for you, but are you a singer-songwriter as well?
No, I've only been playing the guitar for about 7 months.
What?
Yeah. I've only been doing comedy for 5 months.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, but I just work really, really hard, you know. Once I get into something, put me all into it, you know.
This is your destination.
Yeah, this is what I've been sort of gearing towards it for a long time, but you know, things just hold you back, and you think, oh, I can't do this or whatever, and then finally I just said, that's it, I'm going for it. When I went for it, I went for it.
Did you use the F word? Did you say, fuck it, I'm going for it?
Yeah.
I didn't really say that, by the way.
You didn't say it, you can bleep it.
No, I said.
The F word.
No, I said flock.
Flock, yeah.
As a flock of seagulls, famous band in the 80s. I said, did you
That's
say
what I said as well, yeah.
Yes, you did, yes, flock it, yeah. She said, flock it, go for it. So, but big decision.
Yeah, it's a scary one. Like the first time I got up, I was literally shaking like this much, like literally this much, not even exaggeration. It was awful, and my heart was racing for about 10 minutes afterwards.
But was it racing with a buzz?
Yeah, it was a good thing, but I was scared too. I have anxiety anyway, so even little things in the day can really get me stressed and wound up. So getting on stage in front of people is extra tough.
So something really big you could handle, and something really small would annoy you.
It depends. Like, I'm learning how to deal, but comedy's actually helping me in my everyday life as well,
right.
because my confidence is building.
Yeah.
And it's just cheering
What
me
did
up.
you do before this?
Well, I was in art college for a while, so I like art and, you know, paint and creative stuff, but it's just it wasn't enough. I needed to be performing.
Yeah.
I needed it, you know, and I was trying to get into acting and stuff like that. But
did you try the acting?
Yeah, it's sort of newish to me as well, but I think it sort of helps to be able to act when you're doing the comedy as well, so you can put on a bit of a show, you know. But I love it all. I absolutely love it. As scary as it is, absolutely love it. I live for it now, you know.
Well, tell us a bit about Lisa, yourself, the person.
Yeah.
Where you're from, who your family is, the history of Lisa.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm 24 and I live in Dundalk. I always lived in Dundalk. I love Dundalk. Absolutely love it. Yeah, like I said, I was in art college before.
It's like blind date now, this, isn't it?
Yeah. Bit about yourself. I was in art college before. There was always a few different things I wanted to do, but like I said, it was always leading up to this. My family, nobody in my family were really, well, maybe some distant family, but nobody in my immediate family is into music or acting or
show
comedy
business.
or anything, nothing at all, yeah. So,
do they think you're mad?
they think I'm mad, yeah. They didn't want me to get a safe job.
No.
You know, I like to prove them wrong and say, yeah, I can do this, you know.
Well, you have. You've done it.
Yeah.
You have done it. Like, you're in the final of this competition, and that's a massive step.
Yeah, it's a big thing, yeah.
For a career that's only, 7 months old, did you say?
I've only been doing comedy 5 months.
What?
Yeah. But I've been getting as many gigs as I can. I've done 16 gigs, I counted already, because it's hard to get gigs, but you just have to work hard to find where you are, find who's running them, and then try and get one. And then obviously you're honing your set in between, and just sitting at home really. Every night you're at home working on the set, you know. I just work really hard, and then on the guitar in between, is any minute I get spare, I play the guitar because I love it. And I just taught myself that as well.
Oh, crap.
Just hard work. I
you've put your all into it,
yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, it's just basically hard work. I think that's all it takes to do anything.
Well, no, it's working because you're on here. You've been on LMFM. No, seriously.
Yeah.
It's all taken off, so it's brilliant.
It's mental.
It's mental, but that's what it is, and you're loving it.
Oh yeah, I love it, yeah.
The buzz is great.
Yeah, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I'll forget that it all happened. And I'll be like, oh God, is that real? Was I on stage last night?
Yeah, no, that is fantastic.
Like, even if it's only in front of 5 people, it's still mental.
No, you go there, you do it, do it.
I love it.
You've got to do it. Now, before we hear Lisa singing the song, we're going to take a wee break and then we're going to get her to sing the song. But she's going to remind you all, once again, in that camera there, Lisa, right?
Yeah.
About voting and... When is it? Well, I'll let you explain it there, in that camera there.
Yeah, the voting's still going on now at the minute. You have until the 23rd, which is, well, probably, I don't know, from now, like, it's like a week and a half left. So I need the votes.
23rd of March.
Yeah. So if you can get on the Budweiser page, just click in and just vote for me. It only takes 2 seconds.
Is it Budweiser.com or is there a special page for this?
It's just, if you go onto Facebook and just put in Budweiser in the search, it's the main Budweiser page. But, or the Maxi Taxi video. Maxi did a video with me and he shared the link. I love the Maxi video, so if people want to look for that, the link's there as well. So the same link that's on the Budweiser page, it's all just one link. It's simple, just a wee click and that's it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, look, the best of luck. And Mark, thanks again. Maxi, good man. Keep the greatness coming. And anybody that's watching, if you're a comedian or anything, make sure you want to come on, contact us. You'll find drumthemedia@gmail.com. Or look for me, Paul Cox, on Facebook. Send me a private message and we'll have you on here now. We only seen Lisa yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah. We
were watching her with the Stripes, and we were away with the Stripes in Slane.
Yeah.
And we were watching you with...
I know it's mental.
With Maxi.
Said it, yeah.
And we were watching you. I said to the boys, we're going to get her on this. Great.
Deadly.
So now, the Stripes are big fans as well. So don't forget, if you are coming on, bring a hat. Bring a hat, extra large.
That's the new rule now,
I heard that. Well, who said that, extra large? What? Chic. Lisa, the very best of luck.
Thanks very much. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Best of luck. And now we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to have Lisa in action with the guitar and a bit of comedy as well. So just hold on there. We'll be back in a few moments.
So we'll tell you a bit about this song. My dog, Bailey, I found a poo on my bedroom floor and Bailey denied it. So she even wrote a song called You and I Know I Didn't Do That Shite. She's going to sing it for you. Found a poopy on your bedroom floor. But where's the evidence that I'd been there before? You know I don't poop in the house anymore. You know me better than that. I go outside. If it's day or night, wet or dry, you gotta understand I poop outside. Go to work all day, mommy, I'll be alright. I can't even hold it till the end of the night. I don't poop like everybody else. I don't like to share, keep it all to myself. Still don't believe me, that's all I've got. The facts are here, but my poop's just not. If you don't believe me, then mommy, it's over. There's no chance that we'll work it out. You and I know I didn't do that shite. If you're blaming me, that's fine. Just can't believe you're saying that I lied. You and I know I didn't do that shite. Please, can we just let this lie? And, is anybody going to eat that? That was Bailey.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be joined by hot favourite, Hot Chip. Well, are you a hot favourite? Well, you're a hot favourite with us. You're a hot favourite with Cavan people anyway. Mr. John O'Grady, ladies and gentlemen, joins me from The Voice. Ta-da!
Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
John, it's great to have you.
Thanks for having me, Paul.
This is another chapter in your life.
Another expedition.
We all have a book, but you have a rock and roll book. No, seriously, we all have a book inside us. Because I know you when you started out as a young fella, you're still a young fella, of course, but you started out a soul singer from Cavan. I remember people telling me about this young fella from Ballyconnell could sing. Not at all. It's rock and roll. It's rock. And then when I seen you, you've got this soul voice.
It's funny, actually. I remember when I came on the scene first, and I remember meeting up with you, and it was Paul Cox, and he was in a band, and I'd be asking my brothers about you. Yeah, Paul Cox, from Cavan. And then I remember one time, one of the bands I was in, one of the first bands, Ian Eyebrow, and I remember you coming to see us one time. But then I remember one time we were playing at a wedding. Do you remember that?
I do, yeah.
And we were stuck for a drummer. Do you remember that?
I do.
Do you remember that? And we came along, and I was new enough to the whole scene of playing music at weddings and stuff like that. And you came along then, and we got you in, and I was worried, you know what I mean, because we'd lost our regular drummer.
Yeah.
And I said, Paul, right. I said, right, how am I going to keep Cox on his toes? You know, I said, Paul, I know you're not sure of the songs, but just keep going, just keep going. And then played the first song, and what did you do?
Kept going.
Kept going. Didn't stop at any of the end of the song.
3 hours.
For the whole gig. You just kept going like a Duracell bunny for the whole gig.
That's it. You switch, wind me up and let me go.
Yeah, that's it.
Simple as that.
So that was a good.
But Ian Eyebrow, John, was a fantastic band.
That was brilliant crack.
That was fantastic.
We had a reunion there a while ago in Lizzie Bubby's last summer. We all got together and we were all home at the same time, and we did a gig down in Ballyconneely.
It was a big band.
It was good fun. We tried to, as you were saying about the soul stuff, we tried to do kind of soul and funk and to get people up dancing and get people involved. And some of the gigs we had around Cavan and Dublin, crazy stuff, proper rock and roll, like, you know.
And was it hard? Now, I just have to ask you this, keeping everyone together, because I know what it's like being in a band.
Yeah.
And we're always saying that when people see a band, they say, geez, the boys have a great crack. But it's like any working environment.
Absolutely. I think people get the wrong idea of music, you know what I mean? They think, oh, it's crack, you know what I mean? And you're out, you know, 2 nights a week. But they forget about all the other stuff that goes with it, booking the gigs, you know what I mean? Travelling around, keeping a van on the road, keeping all your gear right, you know.
Keeping your relationships right.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping buddy with the lads, you know what I mean?
Buddy and personal relationships.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, everything that goes within it.
Hand in hand, you know, it's part of, it's a bit like being in any other relationship.
It is, yeah. Enough of the bullshit. It's great crack. Go in and enjoy the band now. Go on.
But yeah, it's grand when people are coming in and, you know, they're full of drink at 10 o'clock, but they don't realise, you know, you might have drove 2 hours to get there.
Absolutely,
you know
you're on the road
and
from 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You're there.
And it's 2 or 3 hours to get home again, you know, you're getting home and it's bright.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not that it's not good crack in between, you know what I mean?
It is definitely. I freely, you know,
we
have to play it down a wee bit.
Young man's game, young man's game.
Young man's game, that's why I'm still in it. But John, after Ian Eyebrow then?
Yeah, after Ian Eyebrow there was a
Did Ian Eyebrow just fade away?
We just faded away, yeah, I think we burned out. Yeah, we did a lot of stuff quickly.
Again, that's another key part, is keeping momentum, isn't it?
What I found really hard with Ian Eyebrow was, you know, we were trying to write our own music, but we were trying to live in Dublin as well, so we were trying to pay rent. Do you know what I mean? So we were gigging 5, 6, sometimes 7 nights a week, you know what I mean, just to pay the rent, and then trying to get up on a Monday morning and write songs when, you know what I mean, you spent the whole week in each other's pockets, you know what I mean, living in a tiny house in Dublin.
Massive commitment.
It's tough, you know what I mean, but we learned so much. I know I did personally, learned so much about being in bands and what it takes to be in a band, you know what I mean, and, you know, the hard work and the hard graft that goes into it. You know?
After that, after Ian Eyebrow?
After that, there was a whole host of bands. Foremost of those was Shock Dodgers. Yeah. That's when, for me, the crack really started happening.
And the Shock Dodgers is still going.
Shock Dodgers is still going, an institution.
Well, a cult.
Yeah, a cult following.
I'd say a shower of cults in it too. As well. And I know each and every one of them.
Yeah. But no, it's been great, and there's been loads of members, you know what I mean, down through the years as well.
And it comes and goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We tried to do the whole, you know what I mean, the whole bluegrass things, kind of what Hayseed Dixie were at the time, taking rock songs and turning them into that. And it's just such good crack to play.
It's good crack, and it comes across.
Yeah, and even if you don't, like, what I used to get from it in the beginning, you know what I mean, people would have no idea the songs you're playing, but just the beat for the bluegrass stuff, it just makes you just go in good form, get you dancing, you know what I mean, and have the crack. Like, I remember doing gigs when the Fla was on, when Cavan had the Fla, you know, how many, it was 3 years in a row, I think, doing gigs at the back of McCall's, you know what I mean, in Cavan Town here, and the place would be hopping, like, you know what I mean, really, people crowd surfing and people, like, the stage would just, there was no stage as per se, the stage would just melt into the crowd, became part of the crowd.
A real gig.
Be people up dancing, you know what I mean, around you, and, you know, that was kind of what the essence of being in a band was for me. You know,
and that's exactly the essence of rock and roll is
enjoying it,
being up there. I mean? As you see with all the big bands now, they hate doing stadiums.
They
all want to go back to the little
that
pub.
Separation of, you know, between stage, band, and the crowd. You know what I mean?
That's not on. So, but the Shock Dodgers continues.
Yeah, the Shock Dodgers are still going.
It's an ongoing thing, isn't
it?
Absolutely,
you know? Playing all the time, all the.
And every time I go and see, there's somebody new.
Yeah. I think Tom Flynn.
Yeah, he's in now.
At the minute. It started with me and Shane O'Connor, and Jack Carroll, and Jack Donahue and Shane Carroll. That was the kind of the core of it. I remember sitting nights out in the house in Milltown, learning songs and having the crack, drinking a few beers, you know what I mean, getting the songs
getting ready.
Yeah, and then going and gigging them at the weekend, and gigging in Cavan and Belturbet and Ballyconnell, and you know, just having the crack.
So the Shock Dodgers is there.
Shock Dodgers.
Next thing you know.
Yeah, knock on the door. Joe Dolan. Yeah, jeez, I have to mention Joe Dolan again. Yeah, that came in.
But John, Joe Dolan is a success.
Yeah.
I know it's something that's around your neck now, so to speak, but it is it's phenomenal. Yeah,
I wouldn't say that it's around my neck. You know what I mean? Like the amount of success that we've had with it is brilliant. You know, I knew Paul McIntyre from Virginia. You know what I mean? And I'd done stuff with him with the show band stuff. We did a show band show years ago in 2007 or 2008. Yeah. And, you know, it was about, you know, the tents and the carnivals and stuff like that.
I remember that, yeah. Was that Carnival of Culleduff? Was that?
Yeah, Carnival of Glenaduff. Yeah.
Glenaduff,
yeah. Glenaduff. So the Glenaduff Inn is now the pub in the Joe Show. So that was the next kind of step for Pádraig, you know, when he was writing a play.
Phenomenal success.
Yeah, Joe Dolan, and I said, yeah, let's do it. And we started off, we did it in Virginia for 2 weeks, and then now at this stage, I think we've done over 150 shows.
That's incredible. And anybody, I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah.
And it's such a brilliant Pádraig, just because you think it's going to be a Joe Dolan show.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's absolutely not.
It's completely not what you think.
No,
and
absolutely
it's very,
not.
very clever.
And that's part of the reason why I love it so much. You know what I mean? That it's not about Joe Dolan. Joe Dolan just happens to come into it and make an appearance. It's about the two lads in the pub. You know what I mean?
And it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, I think the biggest thing that I remember people saying about it is they could all identify with one of the characters that's in the pub. It's like going down to the local pub in the country pub on a Saturday night. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And the ins and outs are going on, what's going on. Everybody knows everybody else's business, you know what I mean?
That's such a fantastic name, The Night Joe Dolan's car broke down.
It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's
no, it's brilliant. And it's known everywhere. I go back to England a lot, it's known over there.
Yeah, it's got good coverage, you know what I mean? We've been in the
I was talking to Pádraig actually, I was saying we should bring it over to England. And
it'd be great.
I would, but there's no doubt about it, it'd be fantastic.
But no, I really enjoyed doing it, and what a singer. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be a fan to appreciate, you know what I mean? You know how good he was, you know
Joe
what I
Dolan
mean?
was an Irish institution.
Yeah, still is.
An institution.
Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Like, I mean, my parents, and I'm sure your parents as well, were huge Joe Dolan fans.
Absolutely, yeah. And Tom Jones is a huge Joe Dolan fan. Huge.
There you go.
Still talks.
He's on the Voice of
on
the Voice UK.
He's on the Voice UK. You'll get to meet him.
What a serious looking dude.
Oh yeah.
He just kind of exudes.
He just sits there, he's cool. Yeah. He doesn't have to open his mouth, you know.
Yeah. It's just
But you're with a fair few cool dudes now, because that brings us to the Voice of Ireland.
The Voice of Ireland. Yeah. I decided last summer that I'd make the jump, go for something new challenge, and filled out the forms. It's this last September. Filled out the forms to go.
And it's a form. It's like.
It's online. Yeah, you fill out the form. It's a huge form. It's like 5 or 6 pages long of forms, you know. So just kind of registering your interest, and then the first stage is you send them off a wee audio sample of yourself singing something, and then if you're successful, they'll invite you to a hotel in Dublin, and you audition for the producers of the show.
Is it panel?
Yeah, it's like going in for a job interview. There's 4 or 5 people sitting behind a table with pens, and you sing a song and they take notes on it, and then they might say, right, that's grand, or they might ask you for another one, and then they take notes on it again, and then they just say, thanks, we'll let you know.
Oh, that's show business.
Yeah, absolutely. So
don't ring us, we'll ring you.
Yeah, kind of thing. And then I was lucky enough then to get a call to go for the blind auditions, which is the first one you do on the TV. So you go and you rehearse.
John, at this stage, you're experienced.
Well, it was new for me.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's another twist in show.
Yeah, it was another thing. I suppose I seen it as a learning curve. Do you know what I mean? What can I learn? How does TV work? You know what I mean? So I went and I did the blind audition, and it's completely different. You know what I mean? You know, as you probably know with the cameras, you know what I mean? This is your space with the camera. When you're playing on a stage, you've got the whole stage, you know what I mean? But when you're on camera, you know what I mean? You can't stray too far out of, you know, the line of the camera, or you'll be missed. Do you know what I mean?
That's crazy, isn't it?
But it was just low, like, and even the venue, the Helix in Dublin, is incredible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the whole floor is made of light. Everything's made it's really overwhelming. You know what I mean?
That's what I say.
I'm seriously nervous going out to do the blind audition.
But here's a man that's played the packed houses in Olympia.
Do you know what I mean? And nothing can prepare you for going on the TV.
It's one of the beauty things of show business.
Yeah,
as well, isn't it?
because you're
Everything's
conscious.
different.
You're conscious of, oh, jeez, I'm on camera now. You know what I mean? Don't do that wrong. Don't do that wrong. Right? You're going over the head 100 times, or the song 100 times in your head, and right, don't get it wrong. And, like, you get practicing with the band and stuff before you go in to do the blind audition, but it's still, you know what I mean? It's different for playing with a band you've played with for years, you know what I mean? And that chemistry's there.
And you have that backup. You have the lads beside you, behind you.
Exactly, you know what I mean? But no, what an experience going out, and lucky enough.
And is it a band that's there?
Yeah, there's a band. You can't really see them on the stage. No. They're kind of hidden behind.
But they're
incredible. Yeah, they're incredible. They're all session musicians, you know.
And you give them your song and say, this is what I'll be doing.
Well, the way it works is for the blind audition, you can suggest a song, and you know what I mean. It's a back and forth then between you and the producers if they like it, or if it's too, you know, they have a demographic for the show. You know what I mean. So like, you couldn't go on there and do death metal song like that. You know what I mean? You have to be reasonable. You know. So I suggested Jimi Hendrix, Crosstown Traffic, and they said, "Yeah, let's hear it." Well, I've been gigging it for years. You know what I mean?
But it's
and I
said,
why not stick to and try and do something that I want to do? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So they were happy enough to let it run, but then you have to condense it down because you only get a minute and a half. You know what I mean? It can't be the full song, so you have to then work on arrangements then with the band. And that has to be set in stone quite earlier because, you know, they have to line up all the lighting shots, they have to line up all the camera shots, they have to line up all the band, you know what I mean? Everything has to be blocked out.
Within a minute and a half?
Yeah, and everything has to be blocked out a couple of weeks in advance as well so that they can send it to lighting, send it to the cameras, and then everybody knows what they're doing. Like even, like in the Helix, the digital desk, you know, for all the audio, you go in, you do your rehearsal, and you get all your monitor mix right, you get, you know, have you got enough guitar, have you got enough vocal, and then that's locked into a preset on the desk in the Helix, and then the next time you go on, then you just hit a button and all your settings come up. All your settings come up and off you go, you know. So I was lucky enough, actually, one of the days I was in the Helix, I was kind of nosying about to see if I could get a look at the tech stuff, you know. So the sound man that was there, he was sound, and he showed me around all the desk, and he was showing me all the presets and, you know, the automatic sliders and.
Right, you're side of the stage, right? You're there, and you're going. They're saying, right, next up is this is John from Cavan.
Yeah. So
you're standing there, and are you going? Jesus.
There's a couple of other people there as well. So say the guy that did his blind audition before me, he was there. So they bring you out in two. I think I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, it was twos. So they bring you out in two. So I was actually the last blind audition of the afternoon session. So a load of people have been on before me. So you're kind of thinking, right, who's gone through? How many have gone through already? You know what I mean?
Psychological battle.
Yeah,
as well.
Psychological battle then begins in your head. You know what I mean? What happens if no one turns after a minute? What do? You know what I mean? So
yeah, because you're singing away there and you're going,
yeah,
Jesus, turn somebody.
It's tough, and that was one of the reasons why I went for The Voice, is because.
Were you quietly confident though?
Was I quietly confident? I had lots of people telling me, "Don't worry, they'll turn."
Yeah, yeah.
But nothing prepares you for that 30 seconds before you have to go on. You know what I mean? All that goes out the window.
I have to admit, when I heard you were on, I knew they'd turn. Seriously, and that's.
I tried not to put anything in my head. What I tried to do was just stay focused. Do you know what I mean? And just go out and sing it and enjoy it as if it was just playing, you know, in the pub down the road. Do you know what I mean?
Great, yeah.
And just go out and try and bring that energy onto the stage and make sure that you've done all that you can do. If they turn, brilliant. If they don't, on you go. You know?
Tough one.
It is. It's a tough thing, but it's good because they can't see you. And a lot of these shows, you know, sometimes it's about how you look.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or it's about your story. You know what I mean? The fact that they can't see you and they're judging and they're turning because of the voice.
What you do.
Yeah. Of what they're hearing as opposed to what they're singing.
So
you know?
You're singing away there,
Crosstown
Traffic.
Yeah. Cian was the first one to turn actually.
And actually, did you feel like going?
It's like, yeah, you do. And actually, there's bits in the performance where I start doing all these screams and stuff that I hadn't practiced. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
adrenaline takes over.
Yeah, exactly. The performance changes completely. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're doing this kind of like, it's quite rigid for the first couple of seconds or the first 20, 30 seconds, and then he turns and
It's like taking a penalty.
Yeah, it's like the relief goes, you know what I mean?
It's like taking a penalty.
You're saying in your head, right, I'm through, doesn't matter what happens now, let's try and get the rest of them turned, you know what I mean, have the crack. And then about 20 seconds later, bang, 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 they all turned.
All four turned?
All four turned, so yeah, it was really enjoyable then.
And then you put on the spot then, once they've turned around, like you said, Cian turned first.
Yeah.
So straight away you're singing and thinking.
Who are we going to pick?
Yeah.
No, I knew, I knew because I had my mind made up like before I went out, and I said that to them. You know what I mean? I said, look, I said to myself, if I was lucky enough to get one person turned, I'd go with them. Yeah. But if I had a choice, I knew who I wanted, and I knew that I wanted to go with Brezzy. Yeah. Before I thought Brezzy because, you know, I thought that going forward that we'd have the most in common.
Exactly. Yeah.
Musically, you know what I mean? So.
It made sense to me when you picked it.
Yeah.
No, nothing against the others.
No, absolutely not. You know what I mean? Absolutely not.
You're not a boy band singer, and I don't mean that against Cian or anybody.
No, and I think probably Cian knew that as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was nothing against any of the rest of them. It was just I thought I'd have more musically in common with Brezzy.
Now, if it had been blind date, you would have picked one of the women.
Either of them. You know what I mean? Both of them. Both of them, yeah.
You'd have rang me straight away.
Come on, Paul. Paul, we're in. Come on, let's go.
So now, what we have to know is, that's it, you're through.
Yeah, so you're through to the next bit then. So then the next thing is they whisk you off for a weekend.
But did you meet Brezzy afterwards and say,
yeah,
yeah.
He was like, well,
were they familiar with you? Did they know about you?
No, they didn't know who it was.
Didn't know about Joe Dolan or anything like that? Or?
Not a clue. Not a clue. They kept asking me about Joe Dolan, the producers of the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was doing it actually at the time in the Olympia in November and October. Yes, it was filmed months ago like that bit, and they were asking me, you know, can we come in and do some stuff with the Joe Dolan? And I was like, yeah, but I didn't want it to be, here's John O'Grady, Joe Dolan impersonator.
Exactly,
you know I wanted it to be, right, I'm a working musician, I'm out, you know, earning the coin, doing the show, you know what I mean? But I very much want to use the voice as being, you know, a kickstarter for John O'Grady, you know what I mean? So you did the blind auditions, and then they whisk you off to a hotel for a weekend where you're doing like workshops and stuff, because you're into the next round, which is the battles, where you have to sing off against somebody. So you're getting paired with your partner, and then you pick a song. Brezzy, you get to spend time with Brezzy, then talking about songs, and that was the next.
Did the two of you go, oh Jesus, that's a bit of a
Yeah, we went in. It was funny actually. We went in for the song, and I was battling the guy from Dublin, Kenneth, and Brezzy had picked an Elvis Costello song.
Oh, Oliver's Arm.
Yeah.
I've seen it on the television. I was watching you.
I knew the song, but I'd never done it. You know what I mean? I knew the song, and I thought the idea of the battle was, you know what I mean, right? Brezzy's going to give us a song. You have to go away and learn it and then perform it. Yeah. But it turns out that you could change your mind, because your man then was like, no, I don't know that song, which is fair enough. You know, if he didn't know it, he felt maybe that I was getting maybe an unfair advantage because I knew the song. Yeah. So I was happy enough. I didn't really mind, you know what I mean? I wanted it to be good for the TV too. I didn't want him going out singing a song that he didn't know and then it being a crap battle and coming across badly on the TV, you know? So I was happy enough to work with the two of them, with Brezzy and with Ken, you know, let's get a song that suits the two of us. But then he was sick. He was really sick, man. He was dying with the flu. The next day we come in for rehearsals, he couldn't sing. He couldn't sing. In fairness to him, I felt really sorry for him. Like, you know, he couldn't sing, and like I know what it's like to have a sore throat or
it's your instrument.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You got to look after it. And eventually we found a song then that he was happy enough to go with, and I was happy enough to go with it as well. And then that's it. That's that part of the filming done. You get away from the castle then, and the next couple of weeks then was spent with Kenneth rehearsing in the Helix and, you know, doing stuff with choreography, make sure. And
again, all that we don't know about.
Exactly.
Because everybody that sees it will be thinking, should I go up on a Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, exactly. You see a minute and a half, 2 minutes of you singing, but there's, you know, hours and days of
and
stuff.
hanging around.
Yeah, hanging around. A lot of hanging around. It's not so bad. There was a lot of hanging around for the blinds, but then once you get through to the battles, it's easier then to schedule it. You know what I mean? Because they know who they have. You know what I mean? They can allocate you times and stuff. But you have to do loads of stuff. You have to do singing lessons, and then you can do choreography, and then you have to do all your stuff for the camera. You know, have to do shots for the camera, you know, and little VTs. They came out then to the Olympia and did little VTs with me.
I've seen that, singing in the dressing room.
You do interviews then with them on camera about the battle, what you think of your battle partner. You know, they try to get you
to
bring up some dirt on them or something like that. You know, and get good.
But isn't it brilliant? The whole
it is. It's great.
Very, very exciting.
It is. It's
I know
crack.
we all sit at home. We knock these things. The X Factor and Britain's Got Talent, Ireland's Got Talent, but whatever it is.
Yeah. It's different when you're in it.
Absolutely. And when somebody you know is in it, like we all know you, the whole of Cavan is going, come on!
Come on, Calvin, up Calvin. What? You know what I mean?
And once you get the support of the Cavan people, that's it.
That's it, you know what I mean?
The loyalty is unreal.
Do Cavan proud and all that, you know?
Everywhere we go, you say, go on, John, go on.
It's great. I came down for the weekend, actually, this weekend, and posters and banners.
Yeah,
and everyone you meet is, good man, you know what I mean? And people are genuinely happy for you.
And it's goodwill. And there are people that wouldn't watch it, but they're watching because you're on it.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? That's it.
So what's next, Joe? What's the next step on it? Are you allowed to tell us? Or
so I got through the battle.
Right.
Yeah, I can tell you now because we're past the battles on the TV. So the next thing now is the live knockouts, which is different from last year. Last year it went straight to public vote, but this year now it's like a battle round again. It's a knockout round. So Brezzy has 9 left on his team. So
what's he like?
He's sound, man. Yeah, he's really.
He's from down the road, Joe.
Yeah, he's only up the road.
Yeah.
You know, he's sound.
We're at him to come on here. We're trying to get him on. We'll get
Brezzy.
Come on, I'm not asking anymore.
If I get through.
Ian told you anytime you're driving by to come. My cat told me she was going to tell you. Come on, get you on here.
No,
he is sound.
They're all sound. Do you know what I mean? You meet them in the corridors in the Helix, you know, when they're in getting their, their costume done or whatever, and their makeup or whatever. They're all sound.
Everybody's ordinary at the back of it all.
They're for the crack, you know what I mean? Obviously, it's different then when the cameras go on and they have to, act and be in a certain way, you know what I mean, for the show. But behind the scenes, everybody, like even all the other contestants as well, everybody's just same, as you said, normal people, you know what I mean?
Back
just
of it all.
having the crack, you know? He's beast of a man, though, Brezzy.
Yeah,
it doesn't come across, well, maybe it does come across on the TV, but he's huge.
He's a rugby player.
He was a rugby player, yeah. He's big into it.
But you see, that's the illusion people get of me. They think I'm a smart fella until they meet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's the cameras.
They think.
Yeah.
When you see, he's only weird. But when they meet me, they go, okay, what's the
size of him, man?
Story with him. So anyway, knockouts.
Yeah, knockouts. So he is 9.
Now it gets down to the nitty gritty.
This is the hard work now. This is the hard bit. So it's like another battle round. I have to sing not against, but on the same night as 2 other of Brezzy's team. And then,
do you know who they are yet?
Yeah. And then he picks one then from that 3 to go through to the quarterfinals. And then there'll be 4 shows of that. So there's 36 left in the whole competition between the 4 coaches. By the end of it, there'll be 9. So 9 go through to the quarterfinals. So it's quite a cull. You know what I mean? So you got to bring your A game.
Well, that's exactly what it is, isn't it? It's a cull, like.
Yeah, big time. But it's different from the battle where in the battle you're singing against someone directly the same song. In the knockouts, we all get a song, each. We don't have to sing against each other, So that's better. I think that's better,
Do you know what you're doing yet?
Yeah.
You're allowed to tell us?
No, you're going to have to.
You can tell me off camera.
Yeah, I'll tell you off record. Yeah, I can't tell you.
I know.
But you'll like it. You'll like it. Yeah, it's an old song that's been covered.
No, because I'll start asking you. Don't be telling me now. Don't be telling me. Jesus.
No, keep. I'll be able to tell you soon, but keep on the Twitter and keep on the Facebook.
Right.
I'll be sticking up posts about it. It's funny. I put up a post there a while ago asking people what they thought.
Did you pick the one I told you?
I listened to it.
That's class.
It's class. But I don't know if we get away with it.
Of course you would.
Yeah, I really want to do.
Show me a man that's got a good woman. Show me. Brilliant at it.
It would. Brilliant.
Joe Tex.
Show me a man. Yeah, Joe. What was his other song? Joe Tex.
There
was another big. Was there one in one of the Tarantino films?
Yes, a load of them.
You
look at his catalogue. Brilliant.
I'm trying to think of it. Oh, it's gone. It's gone out of my head.
And unfortunately, the one everyone will remember is Ain't Gonna Bump No More, No Big Fat Woman. That was
Ain't Gonna Bump No More, No Big Fat Woman.
It's a disco hit, I'm telling you. Ain't Gonna Bump No More, No Big Fat Woman. Anyway,
we're getting
I might go for the voice
sidetrack.
Yeah. John,
you've got the look. You definitely have the look, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was trying on your green coat there. I should have kept it on me.
You should have kept it on. Bring it with you to the voice.
Yeah, maybe.
I wish you bring it with you for good luck.
Yeah.
Dennis the Menace badge.
The lucky green coat.
Good luck as well. Well, John, all we can say to you is good luck.
Cool.
And now this is your opportunity, John, to talk to your public there and just tell them what's what. And
so the next round is the live knockouts. It's on Sunday, the 5th of April, which is Easter Sunday. It's not public vote yet, but if I get through this bit, it will be. So Easter Sunday, RT1, 6:30. Tune in for the crack and support. Cheers. Thanks.
Do it! For Christ's sake, vote for him! He has to, well, he has to because I have a bet on him.
How much did you put on?
€25.
€25?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a lot. What was the odds?
I'm not saying.
Yeah, right, okay.
I'm not saying because it's like the song. I'm not allowed to say it, but
right. I don't know. I feel pressure now to.
No, do not. No, don't worry.
Did you put it on each way?
No, the win. The win. Brendan McCahey was on with us recently. He said, best of luck. He's going to be in touch with you soon.
Brilliant.
Yeah, he's going to.
Excellent.
He's definitely.
Yeah, geez, I bought his album actually. It's really good.
He's great. Pure gentleman.
Pure legend.
John, thanks for coming on.
No worries.
Right?
Thanks for having me.
Now, we're going to have a short break, but when we come back, we're going to have some music from the wonderful John O'Grady. John, many, many, many thanks. And people, watch it and vote for John, our man in Havana. Well, it's not really Havana, it's Brazil.
Havana.
Havana. Right, we'll be back right after this.
Cavan Crystal Hotel provides 4-star accommodation on the edge of Cavan Town. Located conveniently on the Dublin Road, just 60 minutes away from Dublin. With 85 beautifully appointed bedrooms and a number of luxurious suites. We offer wedding packages. With our one wedding a day policy, we guarantee to make yours a special day. Enjoy a meal at our award-winning Opus One restaurant, or have a drink in the atrium or residence bars. Feeling energetic? You can work out in Zest Health and Fitness Club, or maybe pamper yourself and visit Utopia Health and Beauty Clinic, or Avita's Hair Salon, both located on site. Situated only 5 minutes from Cavan Town Centre and local amenities. Cavan Crystal Hotel, gateway to Ireland.
We were born before the wind, and so much younger than the sun. Here the bonny boat was won as we sailed into the mystic. Hush now, hear the angels cry. Smell the sea and touch the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. When that foghorn blows, I wanna feel it, but I don't wanna hear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old, and together we would fall into the mystic. Ba 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 da bum. Ba 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 da bum. Oh. Ba 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 da bum. And when that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. When that foghorn blows, I wanna feel it, but I don't wanna hear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. Together we will fall into the mystic. Ba 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 da ba, ba 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 da ba. Oh, ba 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 da ba. Some you with this smile, cut you like you want me to, cut that little child side of me and such a part of you. Ooh, yes, burn. Ooh, yes, burn. I used to be a little boy, so old in my shoes. What I choose is my choice. What's a boy supposed to do? Carrying me is the carrying you, my love. Send this smile over to you. Some you with this smile leave you like they left me here to wither in denial. The bitterness of one who's left out. Ooh, the years burn. Ooh, and the years burn, burn, burn. I used to be a little boy, so old in my shoes. What I choose is my voice. What's the boy supposed to do? The curing me is the caring you, my love. Send this smile over to you. The curing me is the curing you. Send this smile over to you. The curing me is the caring you. Send this smile over to you. Curing me is the caring you. Send this smile.